All right, well, senators will start the period of questioning for Barrett tomorrow.
So joining us to talk about the first day of confirmation hearings is Dr. Artemis Ward, a political science professor and a faculty associate for the College of Law at NIU. Thanks so much for joining us, Professor.
Great to be with you.
You say these confirmations are a political sideshow. What do you mean by that?
Well, it's not that necessarily that all confirmations are so much of a sideshow. There is certainly some substance to be gained from these things, but they've become increasingly politicized in recent years, and now we have one going on while people are voting. And so in that sense, we have both sides trying to move heaven and earth to score political points for not only the presidential election, but senatorial elections. Both sides know the game, and they're going to play it.
And we heard Illinois' senior senator there, Dick Durbin, addressing his concerns about what could happen to Obamacare when the hearing starts virtually 1 week after Election Day. How real do you think that will become?
Yeah, it's clear from the Democrats' opening statements that that's what they're going to focus on, and that's because the polling shows, right, that the health care issue is a winner for Democrats in terms of the election, and so they're going to make the confirmation hearing about health care. That case is going to come before the Supreme Court just after the confirmation vote in the Senate, and so Judge Barrett would be ruling on that case were she to serve, and that's why there are calls for her to recuse. Of course, that's up to her, and there's no indication that she would recuse in such a case.
Let's talk about her credentials. You have said that she isn't the most qualified for the Supreme Court. Who do you think is, and why isn't she?
Yeah, certainly she's qualified in the sense that a lot of people are qualified, but there are hundreds and hundreds of folks in this country who are more qualified, people that are far older, who have served as a judge much longer, who are law professors, who've written extensively on the law. And so in that sense, the great legal minds in our country are excluded from even consideration for being on the Supreme Court because of their age or because they've written too many controversial things. And so we're looking for young people, people that can serve for lifetime appointments. That leads to a very narrow pool of candidates.
And you heard in Raquel's reporting as we led to this interview here, the discussion that the Democrats will do whatever they can to try to slow this process down. But let's be honest, the Republicans already have the votes that they need to keep this hearing moving forward.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you heard Senator Graham say that as he gavelled the committee hearing to order and said this is not a confirmation hearing. This is this is a done deal, essentially, and nobody's mind is going to be changed by any of this, barring any surprises. And at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to. It comes down to votes. And in an election year, those votes really matter.
If and when she's confirmed, because you said she's got the votes, what will that mean for the Supreme Court moving forward?
Yeah, so that's the thing that we really want to think about is how this is going to change the court. The court is going to shift further to the right. It's already a conservative court, but it's going to become the most conservative court in 70 years in this country, since the 1950s. So imagine that. An election that's trying to move America into the 21st century is going to be faced with a Supreme Court that's basically from the 1950s, if not earlier in our nation's history. So the disconnect is going to be quite large.
All right. Dr. Artemis Ward, a political science professor at Northern Illinois. Thanks for your thoughts and your time today.
Great to be with you.